So starting off, I'm just gonna delete the poor old default cube. I should let you know I love the default cube. I use it for most things. But for this, I think we're gonna want a good old, let's start with a cylinder. And I'm gonna open this little menu down here and I'm gonna turn this down to maybe like 12 or something. We're gonna make it low poly and then we can add geometry later. Okay. In edit mode, I'm gonna press Alt Z so that I can have the X-ray vision here, and I'm gonna drag this front face up so that, or sorry, I'm gonna drag the bottom up till it's on the floor here, and I'm gonna drag the top down like this. And I know this is giant, but the physics work way better when everything you're doing with them is bigger. Like the smaller it is, the more wonky it gets. So I advise doing everything big, and then once you got the physics you like, you can like either bake it out or just keep it so it's just a freeze frame of where you have it, and then you can scale that down later. But for now, I advise keeping everything nice and big. So we'll just make a little kind of a bottom of a plate here like that. I'm gonna Alt E, extrude along normals. I'll scale this out with S, and then Alt E again, bring this up a little bit, scale it out. And then up a little more. Okay. Then I'm going to I to inset. Then I'm going to I to inset again. Bring this down. Let's see where we're at here. I'm going to go back into wireframe view so I can kind of see what this is looking like. I want to kind of try and keep this as even with the outside as possible, just so that it looks just a little bit better. And I to inset again. Let's see. Make this a little bit bigger. Bring it down a little more. Like that or something. I to inset again. We're going to kind of make a little bowl area in the middle. Okay, so we've got a okay looking plate here. Let's see. I might add a little more detail to the bottom by insetting, and then insetting again and dragging this back up like that. Now I am going to make us a new texture. We'll call this plate, and we'll just give it some roughness and bring up the specular so it's a little bit reflective. And then I'm going to duplicate this, select some of these loops, I don't know, maybe this one, something. I'm going to press assign, I'm going to open plate again, and I'm going to click this little new material thing. So now it's its own material. Now we can make this like some fancy color, like I don't know, gold, and we can bring up the metallic so that's a little bit extra shiny. Okay, so we got the plate here. And if I drag this up, let's add in a plane, just make this super big. And I'm going to make this be rigid body, change this to passive. And we'll make this be rigid body, change the collision here to mesh. I think this is gonna mess up because, no. Actually, it worked perfectly fine. I was thinking sometimes where you have the origin point can mess everything up, but in this case, I guess it's all working good. Okay, so theoretically now, if we Alt-D to duplicate this and we make a bunch of them, they should all stack. Yeah, but they're having a little case of the wobblies. just a little bit. Okay, so I tried a few things here, and I was still having them jitter when they hit each other. And then I thought back to my wise words from earlier, which were something along the lines of, the bigger you make this, the less like janky the physics are. I didn't say that, but that's what I was trying to say. So I realized if you select these and you scale them up even bigger, it works like a dream. So now we have some plates that work with physics, which is super cool. And they react pretty dynamically to themselves too, so you can make them stack, you can make them do whatever you want. Anyways, that's it for today. I'm gonna come out with some more videos for physics on how to like bake these all in and just make it a more streamlined system. But this was just something I was fooling around with the idea of, and I just kind of wanted to put out there. It kind of all started because I made a freight train model, and I was fooling around with putting physics on that, but that's a bit bigger of a project. So I'll probably do one like that on the Patreon, because I'm going to release these cars on there for people to download. But yeah, I'll see you all next time for some more physics tutorials and more stuff in general.